The restaurant you ordered dinner from tonight may have no tables, no sign, no address you could visit. And the 5 different cuisines you and your friends ordered might all come from one industrial kitchen, cooked by the same 2 people. They are called ghost kitchens. They do not really exist, and the real question is, who actually profits every time you hit place order? Open your favorite food delivery app. You find a highly rated spot featuring mouth-watering photos of artisanal sliders and a rustic, stylized logo. If you walk to the listed address, however, you might find a blank brick wall, an industrial park, or a family-run Chinese restaurant. This is the reality of the ghost kitchen, a professional preparation facility designed solely to feed the gig economy. There is no host to greet you, no dining room, and no physical storefront. Instead, a single industrial kitchen can run dozens of distinct digital brands simultaneously. Your artisanal slider, your friend's sushi, and your roommate's pad thai might all be prepped by the same 2 cooks sharing one flat-top grill. It is a brilliant optimization of space, turning the heavy overhead of traditional real estate into nimble, high-volume digital storefronts. But when you strip away the physical building, you are no longer buying from a traditional establishment. You are buying a digital brand engineered for an app, and that app has a very different set of rules. To run a traditional restaurant, you need prime real estate, large windows, tables, and a front-of-house staff to welcome guests. But when every transaction happens on a phone screen, that entire cost structure becomes obsolete. The model thrives because it forces fixed overhead to collapse. By eliminating the dining room, operators no longer need to pay premium rent for busy street corners. Instead, they move to industrial parks or warehouse districts where square footage is cheap. This is the real estate play behind Cloud Kitchens, a company backed by former Uber CEO Travis Kalanick. Cloud Kitchens buys large, underutilized commercial properties, splits them into dozens of tiny, rentable kitchen bays, and hooks them up to standard utilities. It is a high-density, internet-native food court designed exclusively for the gig economy. Inside these spaces, the math gets even more appealing through shared resources. When you remove physical storefronts, a single team of cooks using the same flat-top grill and deep fryer can run multiple menus simultaneously. One brand sells smash burgers, another sells chicken wings, and a third sells breakfast wraps. To the customer scrolling on an app, these are 3 independent restaurants. To the kitchen operator, a new brand is simply a new digital listing, some different packaging, and a few extra ingredients. This allows operators to expand their reach and capture different cravings across the neighborhood without the massive financial gamble of opening a new physical location. It transforms the restaurant business into a highly optimized software scaling exercise where expanding your empire is cheaper than renting a real storefront. But as physical infrastructure disappears and efficiency rises, a critical question remains. Where does all that saved money actually go? The money goes directly to the entity controlling the digital screen. Third-party delivery apps do more than carry paper bags. They dictate the terms of the entire transaction. For every order, platforms like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub take a commission typically ranging from 15 to 30%. They control search rankings, routing algorithms, and customer data. To get noticed in a crowded market, kitchens must buy featured placements, sponsored ads, and premium data products. This creates a pay-to-play system where visibility goes to the highest bidder. Let us look at a single $25 order to see how the cash flows, line by line. First, the physical costs of preparation. The food ingredients cost $6. The heavy-duty packaging designed for travel costs $1. Kitchen labor and shared utilities take another $4. Then the platform takes its cut. At a standard 25% commission, the app sweeps $6.25 off the top. This leaves the kitchen operator with $7.75. From this remaining pocket change, they must still pay physical rent, local taxes, and licensing fees to the brand owner. The kitchen cooks the food, but the app owns the customer. By controlling the digital shelf, delivery platforms have become the real landlords of the food industry. And they have realized that once you control the shelf, you can lease it to an infinite number of restaurants, even ones that do not actually exist. Map the addresses of 5 different restaurants on your delivery screen, and they will often lead to the exact same kitchen door. This digital abundance is not organic. It is a carefully engineered software illusion. Instead of chefs building an identity around culinary tradition, data-optimized virtual brands are constructed entirely from digital sales information. At the heart of this system is menu engineering, designing a menu around the dishes that travel well, convert well, and can be produced reliably. By narrowing the offer to a small set of highly repeatable items, a single operator can launch multiple digital storefronts with almost zero friction. If you look closely at different listings, you will find near identical descriptions for items that are cooked on the exact same grill. To squeeze out every cent of profit, operators run constant A and B testing on their listings, swapping out names, prices, and photos to see what converts best. Dynamic pricing algorithms quietly adjust the cost of your meal based on real-time market performance. What looks like a vibrant neighborhood of independent eateries is actually a software program arranging options on a shelf. It is a brilliant way to scale a business on paper. But decoupling the food from a physical kitchen creates a massive vulnerability. When a brand becomes far more visible than the kitchen preparing the food, any crack in the system can trigger an immediate, uncontrollable collapse. In December 2020, Jimmy Donaldson, known to his 100 million subscribers as MrBeast, launched a virtual burger brand. He did not buy real estate or build kitchens. Instead, he partnered with Virtual Dining Concepts, an Orlando-based licensing firm that signed up existing restaurants to cook the menu. In under 2 years, MrBeast Burger expanded to over 1,700 locations, generating roughly $100 million in revenue. It was the ultimate experiment in instant scaling. Any local kitchen with a grill could flip MrBeast burgers using prepackaged ingredients and standardized recipes. But when an operator scales production to hundreds of independent kitchens, quality control becomes a statistical nightmare. Line cooks working at local pizzerias had to memorize brand new recipes on the fly. Soon, the internet flooded with photos of raw patties, cold fries, and late deliveries. The customer did not see Virtual Dining Concepts or the independent kitchen behind the order. They saw the giant logo of their favorite YouTuber on a greasy paper bag. By mid-2023, Donaldson declared he was moving on, claiming the food was inedible and damaging his reputation. In July 2023, his investment group sued Virtual Dining Concepts to shut the operation down. The licensing company fired back with a $100 million countersuit, claiming Donaldson breached his contract and sabotaged the brand. As the litigation dragged into 2026, a New York judge urged both sides to settle to keep their dirty laundry out of court. It was a stark lesson in the physics of platform capitalism. You can scale a brand overnight, but you cannot force a kitchen you do not own to care. Ghost kitchens aren't a scam. They are the logical endpoint of platform capitalism. We are not just ordering dinner anymore. We are feeding an algorithm that values efficiency over physical reality. Next time you tap order, remember, you are not buying from a restaurant. You are buying an illusion. Subscribe for more insider stories.